Rocks D is officially insane. We're not talking strong. We're talking top of the food chain, king of monsters, absolute wild level hype. One Piece. Chapter 1155 is about to shake the fandom with a backstory that shows exactly why this man could solo an admiral and still walk away laughing. Get ready, because what you're about to hear is peak Final Saga madness. Buckle in. This chapter hits harder than a Conqueror's Haki clash at point-blank range. Welcome to Super Synth D Studio, where the Final Saga of One Piece hits different. If you're ready for real spoilers, raw theories, and hype that slaps harder than Conqueror's Haki, you're in the right place. One Piece 1155 drops this week, and some leakers have already started teasing it with high-voltage spoiler hints. And all signs point to this chapter being absolute peak, next-level hype. Let's break down all the hints shared so far. The first hint came from Redon. He posted a GIF telling readers to fasten their seatbelts, but not just one seatbelt, 4. That alone was enough to send the fandom into chaos. Because when Redon busts out multiple seatbelts, you know it's peak fiction incoming. Then we had Scotch chiming in with his signature phrase, "Fasten your seatbelts." Every time Scotch says that, it means the chapter's going to be explosive. Worstgen replied to that by saying, "Even seatbelts won't save you. The seatbelt era's over. Pure madness." Another leaker gave this chapter a perfect 10 out of 10 score. Redon's next hint was a GIF that said, "I'll be back," which probably refers to Rocks D, hinting at his return to Elbaf. Remember, in chapter 1154, Rocks came to Elbaf looking for Harold, but Harold wasn't there. He's out sailing. Another Redon GIF showed a massive explosion from a Haki. Clash between two Conqueror's Haki users. Worstgen gave the same hint, posting a GIF of a Conqueror's clash with the caption, "Crazy Wee and 3 fire emojis." That only means one thing. We're about to see a full-blown Conqueror's Haki battle, and it's likely going to be Loki. Yes, child Loki, who's only about 15 in giant years, roughly a 5-year-old human, versus Rocks D himself. That ties directly to a flashback from chapter 1145, where a young Loki challenged Rocks after being rejected from joining the Xebec pirates. Another hint from Worstgen said, Shanks fans and Mihawk fans will love this chapter, because Loki vs. Xebec is brutal, and it confirms just how powerful Loki truly is, powerful enough to force Rocks D to draw his sword. Newgate actually criticizes Xebec for using a sharp weapon against a child, but Xebec snaps back telling him to shut up. He had no choice. Loki was that strong. And yeah, that same Loki was eventually defeated by Shanks 6 years ago. As for Mihawk fans, the sword Xebec uses here might be what later becomes Kokuto, the Black Blade. Let's see once the chapter drops. Then came Redon's next GIF. Don Corleone from The Godfather. That one's easy. Loki, who was abandoned by his mother, emotionally distant from his father Harold, starts seeing Rocks D as a father figure. Loki hated his real father, who chose diplomacy with humans over family. But in Rocks, he sees unmatched strength, brutal honesty, and chaos incarnate, the exact opposite of Harold. Then, both Redon and Worstgen dropped another GIF. Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. Could this relate to the devil fruit power of Rocks D? Worstgen added hype with this comment. With all this Xebec energy, it's clear. This man is different. To me, he's the true pirate king. Crown or no crown. There's a massive gap between him and every other top-tier fighter. A terrifying monster. And it's exactly that madness that makes me obsessed with talking about him. When the chapter drops, I swear, everyone will feel the same way. Then came Redon's most bizarre GIF. Goofy walking upstairs, falling off, bouncing back up, and getting caught by Mickey. Most likely, that's a reference to the upcoming color spread drawn by Oda for chapter 1155, which will also get the weekly Shonen Jump cover. As teased at the end of chapter 1154, Worstgen ended his comment with this. People think I'm trolling or just baiting for hype, but I'm dead serious. This is one of the best post-time skip chapters we've ever had. It's got everything. Agenda, lore, hype, Oda's been delivering nothing but heat in this Elbaf arc. But of course, with all this hype, there's one piece of bad news. One Piece will be on break next week. According to Pewpiece, after 1155 drops, we'll get a break. Then One Piece, chapter 1156, followed by another break due to Weekly Shonen Jump's break. And finally, chapter 1157. Yep, a rough time for One Piece fans. But after reading this chapter, it'll all be worth it. Rocks D Xebec might just be the most terrifying being in One Piece history. The man clashed with a child giant using full-blown Conqueror's Haki, and still needed a weapon to win. Whatever Oda is cooking with Rocks, it's different. This isn't just peak fiction. It's One Piece at its absolute craziest. So what do you think about Rocks D Xebec's power level? And is Loki shaping up to be a bigger part of the final war? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're loving this kind of spoiler breakdown, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Super Synth D Studio for more Final Saga madness. New videos every week, you know the drill. Don't miss it.